This is the kind of raw, intense horror movie that only Russia could produce. It's called Row 19, and it was just recently released. The director's imagination is absolutely wild, setting the story on an airplane, an enclosed space where escape is impossible. By the time I finished watching, chills were running down my spine. All right, let's dive into the story. Karen boards a plane with her daughter, heading to visit her grandmother. As the plane takes off, Karen notices the flickering cabin lights above her. A sense of unease creeps into her mind. Late at night, as most of the passengers are fast asleep, the strange events begin. Out of nowhere, countless bloody handprints appear on the airplane windows. But the flight attendants remain completely oblivious. A sudden storm jolts everyone awake. An elderly passenger seems to have suffered a heart attack from the shock. Karen rushes over to help, but just as she approaches, the old man suddenly opens his eyes. His pupils have turned completely white. He mutters something strange to Karen before collapsing again. As Karen tries to make sense of what just happened, a terrifying creature appears on one of the seats. Shaken to her core, Karen runs to find a flight attendant begging to get off the plane. But with the nearest airport still 5 hours away, there's nothing she can do but endure. The creature, however, has no intention of leaving them alone. Meanwhile, in the first row, alcohol starts dripping down from the overhead compartment, landing on the face of a businessman. At first, the man doesn't think much of it, though he starts to feel a little dizzy. Trying to distract himself, he strikes up an awkward conversation with the artist sitting next to him. A flight attendant interrupts to remind the businessman to return to his seat. Once she leaves, the man, annoyed and defiant, pulls out a lighter. He's determined to smoke, even though it's forbidden. The artist warns him that smoking on a plane is not only against the rules, but dangerous. But the businessman is too stubborn to listen. Who's going to stop him, right? The moment he lights the lighter, a drop of alcohol falls directly onto the flame. In an instant, the man is engulfed in fire. But here's the eerie part. The flames don't spread to the rest of the plane. The fire burns only him. The crew rushes to extinguish the flames, but the man suffers severe burns and dies shortly afterward. Even stranger, the artist had already sketched the man's fate. Everything that happened, exactly as it occurred. This series of bizarre events triggers a memory for Karen. Years ago, she had experienced a similar tragedy, and back then, she was also sitting